Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, July 19th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, I honor the lessons that the feels have for me. And today, I don't know if you just heard Mahalo go make a that noise after I said but he's feeling it too. We have Pluto PeriHelion, which means it's the closest place in the orbit to the sun. And this, plus the node squaring it, plus the sun building into an opposition with Pluto, we just have Plutonic colonic coming up. And the message that came through is, watch your ego. It's okay to be a wonderful human filled with light who is also moving forth in the world with shadow. We all have shadow aspects that we are working on healing. I have a sneeze. Excuse me. Healing, recognizing, working through. I would say there's a lot of inner child shadow energy coming through that our ego may be trying to protect us from having to look at, having to face. And yet, we've got this politics card. And politics card is like, oh, actually there's a Rumi quote that says, take the mask off, your face is divine, or something like that. It's a reminder. We learn these masks to fit into society, to do well in the world, and yet these other parts of ourselves suffer, and eventually they come up for light, they come up for healing. This is one of those moments where they are coming up for healing, and so it is your work to face this energy to the best of your ability. Now it's interesting because we're going to have the moon and Mercury in conjunction, so maybe getting some beautiful insights coming through as Mahalo joins us. Maybe having some important insight around our psyche, around the shadow coming through. And your work is to just hold space for it. Part of me wanted to say accept it, but I feel like there's a lot of projections, and it's not the work to accept the projections. That's where healing needs to be done, to release that energy, to recognize yourself as light. Those projections are also a mask. The projections that we kowtow to are also part of that politics energy. So be aware of that energy moving through. The moon is also going to be connecting to Uranus later, and that Uranus energy is going to be, thank you, yeah, feels like that, very triggery in and through this. Now, we also have Mars and Saturn building into their opposition. That's going to be Thursday afternoon that they reach their opposition. Mars in Virgo is giving the reality perspective, but Saturn in Pisces is holding the galactic perspective. And we need to find our balance. So yes, you will get intel in the physical, in reality, but you also need to look to spirit to help support you in this balance. I will also say that this opposition, as well as everything else going on, is just being very taxing on relationships, relationship with anyone. So just be aware of that. And if things are flaring up, take a peek at what your ego and that wounded inner child is saying, because that will give you so much insight. We have the Queen of Emotions, the Queen of Cups. Receptivity. Receive the emotional wisdom that is coming through for you. Your emotions are trying to tell you something. That doesn't mean you have to stay surfing on them. We have going with the flow in reverse. So we may be kind of pushing against this energy. There's nothing you can do. It's moving through. But you don't have to get stuck in the tide pools that your emotional energy creates. Okay? We also have the Guilt card, 8 of Swords, just some weird mental energies going on as well. Again, You don't have to believe everything that you think. Take it all with a grain of salt. Take it all as, okay, this is showing me kind of where I'm at. You know how to shift. That's part of the Plutonic colonic. Get it out so that you can rise up in your power. So just keep that in mind. Thank you for somebody reminding me that with the nodes now in Aries, which is flaring the ego energies, Aries and Libra, ending with the I am, embracing the I am. So let's see if we can do that. You can book a reading. Email me for that. Besides that, the better gets, the better gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and embrace who you are. Namaste.